Yo, what is going on, YouTube and Instagram family? Andre Money back here at it again with another YouTube video. And today I'm gonna be going over a few pairs, which is gonna be GPUD, Euro USD, GPUSD, and USDJPY. I'm looking for all of them to get in for buys. The only one that I'm looking for a sell is gonna be USDJPY, which we're currently getting in for selling positions. And I already took all these trades alongside with all my Pits Profit Club members. So before I even get started, please go ahead and smash that like button down below. And don't forget to comment down below for any questions that you have, and click the link in the description so that we could be part of my live training sessions and be joining my live sessions alongside with all my students and take this live trades and exact same trades alongside with me as well. So let's go ahead and get started today. So here on GPUD, as you can see, we're going to be looking for buying positions. I'm going to just go ahead and explain why we're going to be looking for buying positions. If we look at the daily time frame here, as you guys can see, we are in the daily time frame. And in the past, we can see that we had sell side liquidity that has been cleared out. We clear out the sell side liquidity. After clear out the sell side liquidity, what did the market do? Market started pushing to the upside to do what? To then clear out its buy side liquidity. Remember, market is always going to react as a magnet when it comes to finding its liquidity areas. Once we clear out sell side liquidity, it's going to tend to do what next? It's going to tend to clear out the buy side liquidity, or when you clear out buy side liquidity, it's going to tend to do what? To clear out sell side liquidity. In this case, we first came in and cleared out the sell side liquidity. After that happened, what did market do? We impulse to the upside, clearing out our buy side liquidity. Once its equal highs were cleared out, market started making its retracement back down to come and test into its daily accumulation or price candle that we have right in that area. So on top of that, that daily accumulation or price candle, we could see our market came perfectly into it and tested right in it, which we see that rejection going on there. Also, we do mark our fib on the daily time frame from our start to the impulse, which our start of the impulse started right here, and our other impulse is up here. We can see how market came and tested on the 705 discounted price, and that's an important level to be getting for buying positions. So just from getting information from this daily time frame, we know that overall we're going to keep on hitting to the upside to still potentially and pushing higher to now clear out its new old high that we have currently created here, and potentially come and clear out the old highs of this area over here, which is this false formation. We have this false head and shoulder pattern that was in the past. So that false head and shoulder pattern that was in the past. So here in this area, we have market retail traders getting in for sales who already got in for their selling positions on this left shoulder, on their head, and we have stops accumulated right on the shoulders. Why? Because retail traders have already ran in profits from the sales. So clearly what market is doing, the banks are getting in for buying positions to now clear out all the retail traders that we have accumulated stop losses in this area, as well as we also have stop losses in the equal highs up here. Why? Because retail traders saw double bottom formations. Double top formations going on there. So they also got in for sales here, as well as they got in for sales here. So since the market is going to source the uptrend now, it's going to tend to do what? To clear out highs and highs up here, because those are accumulated areas of stop losses. And also we are going to obviously clear out this new current high that we left right here. Now coming into the forward time frame, I'm just going to be looking for more confirmations to be getting for buying positions. And we see here on the forward time frame, we see how market came in filling this 4-hour imbalance area. On top of that, we did also come in tapped into this 4-hour commission price candle here, which is right there. On top of that, we did form some bullish price action right in this area, which is the morning star, which is giving us that buy-in scenario confirmation to now start getting in for buys. And we now come into the 1-hour time frame here. Here on the 1-hour time frame, we can see how we clear out sell side liquidity, which created this spring to the upside. On the 15-minute, you're going to be able to see it much better, which is the Wyckoff method. So right here, we have an oversold area, which is where retail traders are getting for buying positions. One way that you could also identify oversold areas is going to be with your RSI by looking that it's below 30. If it's below 30, it's oversold. If it's above 70, it's overbought. In this case, we're oversold. So markets are getting for buying positions, which created the automatic reaction, which is the AR. After the AR, we see second tap, which in the second tap, retail traders are also now starting to get in for buying positions here because they start marking up the trend line. They now start seeing an uptrend going on. So therefore, they're getting in for buys here and here. So that being said, we have stop loss accumulated on second taps and stop loss accumulated on selling climaxes. After that happens, we create what is our sign of weakness area, which is right here, which is just showing some weakness in the market, some distribution going on, which there's not much move in the market. So that's what sign of weakness is. After that, we have the down trust, which is down trust is when the bank's getting for sales before the buys. Now, why are they getting for sales? They're getting for sales to do what? To count stops here and count stops here. As you can see, market came below those areas, putting out those stop losses clearly, and right here, we have what it is, the spring. So right in this area is what we call the spring, which is now where the banks have started to get in for the buying positions to the upside. Yeah, me, I didn't really get in there because I missed it out. I didn't really was look at the market around those times. So I'm just kind of chasing it right now. Just kind of saw there was smart retracement that happened here on the 5-minute time frame and the 1-minute time frame, which I based my entry from this 5-minute accumulation price candle that we saw test, which was just this 5-minute accumulation price candle, which was an area that I saw for an opportunity to get in for buying positions, which also came and caught this equal highs on the 5-minute time frame. We caught those equal highs, and we came and tested into the accumulation price candle to now start our inputs to the upside. As you can see, we're currently running an instant profits with no drawdown at all, and I do expect market to keep on spiking to the upside once market opens for the session, to keep on pushing higher, to complete out equal highs here, and come and call this old high that we looked up here, which is an overbought area, which overbought areas are areas that we have stop loss accumulated, so therefore market has to reach that area and count the stop losses. So that's what I'm currently looking for GPUD, which is the long positions that you can see. I'm risking, in this case, 40 pips to have an overall gain of 614 pips. I do have multiple take profits. My first take profit is on this high, which is a take profit 275. Second take profit is at 423, and my last take profit is at 614, which is the weekly and daily equal highs. So also another pair that we did get in for shorts was USDJPY. So here on USDJPY, pretty self-explanatory. I was just seeing that market create this push to the downside, which if we look at the daily, if I explained how I explained before, every time that we cover old highs, market is going to tend to retrace back down before we see a new push to the upside. It might push a little bit higher, but since we were overbought and then lower time frames, that gave me confirmation that I could be taking advantage of that sell-off before the new buying position comes in. As you can see, market had cut out the old high here, and then we come to the 4-hour time frame. You can see how on the 4-hour time frame, we're already starting to be overbought into this area, which created this push to the downside. Now coming to the 1-hour time frame, I was just waiting for market to mitigate into this accumulation price candle that we have in the 1-hour. Boom, right there, which is the last bearish candle. My bad, the last bullish candle before the push down. And on top of that, I did add my Fibonacci retracement, which from the start to the impulse right there. And we came and tested into what area? That 7-9 premium zone, which is an area where I would want to get in for sales. And that's exactly where I got in for sales with all my Pitch Perfect Up students on tonight's live trading session for the London session. So, I mean, you guys are missing out if you guys are not part of this, my live trading sessions. So don't forget to click the link in bio or the link in the description, depending if you're watching this on YouTube or on my Instagram. If it's on YouTube, click the link in the description. If it's on my Instagram, click my link in bio. And I'll see you guys in my next live trading session. So as you can see, instant profits on every single trade that I take. We did take a loss last night for GCAD. It was a loss of 18 pips. I believe we got in for a buy around this area, and we did lose around 18 pips. It's just me being transparent. I did erase it already, but we did lose this trade, which 18 pips. Overall, I mean, we do have winning trades so far. Just one loss, and right now we have running one win, as well as the GU trade that we took last night. This one overtook the losses that we had for GCAD, since we're already running up around entry point. We're already up 114 pips, and we did secure some partials with my students on this morning on New York at 100 pips. So GU should keep on rising to the upside, should keep on playing up. And then we have Euro USD. Euro USD, I'm going to be looking to get in for buying positions as well. So just going to explain Euro USD here. I do have a buy limit going on. So we just look at the 4-hour time frame. I'm just waiting for market to come in and fill in this imbalance area, since we did come already and cut this old high up here. Since we're already caught an old high, market has to come back down and create a retracement. So I would want to see my retracement happen and test into my commission price candle that we have right here, which would also be filling in my 1-hour imbalance area in this zone. So pretty self-explanatory on this one, not much into it. Just waiting for market to come and test into that commission price candle, which I would be risking 22 pips to my take profit would be this old high up here, because it's an overbought area. So therefore right there we have a bunch of stop losses going on. So market has to come and clear out that old high no matter what. So once we see that buy limit activated, we should see no drawdown. Hopefully by tonight's New York session, we see that buy limit being activated. If not, we should see it by tomorrow around the afternoon or either tomorrow London session. So with that being said, I mean, those are the only pairs I'm taking a look at for tonight, which is GU, GA, I'm already on the buy. We're already running some big profits already, shooting to the moon. And your USD, we had the buy limit. GP, USD, we're already on the buy. And what USDPY, we were running for the sales. So with that being said, guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. So please go ahead and smash that like button and go ahead and comment below for any questions that you have in the near future, or any questions specific about any pairs or anything that you guys want me to go over with. And do not forget to join my live trading sessions with my Perfect Club students. So click the link in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next live trading session. With that being said, everybody have a great night and happy trading to y'all. I'll see you guys in the next London night session.